It's time to make it, just give it a try. 'Cause you can make it like the old fat guy.
In today's show of You Can Make It, the old fat guy isn't going to cook anything. Instead, he's going to show you how you can chop onions with a chef's knife. Now, this is a chef's knife. It has a curved blade and it is very sharp. If your knives aren't very sharp, get them sharpened. They're safer and do a better job. Now, to chop an onion, I have three different ways. I first cut the onion in half from the stem to the blossom in the end and take the peel off. And then the first method I'm going to do is one of longer, less regular slices. Just cut the root end off and cut lengthwise, starting at an angle, and go through. And when you're just learning, you want to go slowly so you get even slices. As you get experience, you can go faster. And that gives you long, slender slices to use for a recipe, like a gravy where you want them to spread out amongst the gravy and give you a good display. The second way of chopping an onion is if I want shorter, more controlled and really the same size. And again, I've taken an onion, I've cut it through the blossom end lengthwise and left the root end on this time. And now what you want to do is very carefully just slice through in thin slices. And you can do any thickness you want, and if you take your time, you can make them all exactly the same. And that's good for a different kind of display. Now, as you get better at it, you can go faster, but don't worry about it as you're starting off. Practice slow. The third way is if I need to dice an onion. Now, if you need to dice an onion, again, cut it in half, leave the root end on, cut off any ugly stuff from down there. To dice it, start by cutting some slices this way, being very careful not to let it go into your fingers to the size you want the dice to be. And keep going. And one last slice into the onion. Now, when you note the way I hold my chef's knife when you're chopping, now you want to do up and down to the same size. And you can see some pieces are even falling out as the dice already. And once you've sliced all the way through, then you can just cut your dice to the size you want. So you see, you have a nice even dice. So the next time a recipe calls for chopped onions, you can make it.
I have a good woman, I ain't good looking, but I do some cooking. I'm the old fat guy. So use that oven if you want some lovin'. Be like the old fat guy. Be like the old fat guy.